my channel and welcome to my very first sit down video. I thought that since Christmas is coming up, I wanted to make a Christmas traditions in Norway video. Some of them is going to be general for Norway, and some of them is probably just going to be like my family or in that area where I live. So I thought I have to take my Santa hat on and ta-da! You have to see it in my shot. I have a mirror behind her so I actually can see if it's blurry or not. Excellent quality, isn't it? It has Mickey ears. I thought that was proper, the real Santa. Just kidding. First point on my agenda is food. Really important part of Christmas, I think at least. And it depends a little bit where you live in Norway, what you eat. For example, where I'm from, we eat something called ribbe, which is pork basically. Is with fat, pork meat and fat, and then crispy on top. It's really good. I love it. I haven't eaten it in about, I think, 2 years since I didn't celebrate Christmas in Norway for 2 years, so I'm really excited now to be able to eat it again. And we have potatoes and stewed corn and everything too. It's so good. But other places, for example, they eat something called lutfisk, which is a fish basically. Sometimes my mom, she likes to make it. The rest of our family, we're not the biggest fan of that, but she makes it for herself, so why not? And for my grandma, she also likes that. And it has a squishy consistency. No, that's wrong. Never mind, I forgot the word. And the last thing I know that people eat is something called the pinnekjøtt. That's meat made out of lamb, and it's on still on the bone, and it's really salty. That's also something people eat. I think they have potatoes and everything, the same as we have on the sides, but they have that as well. So yeah, that is basically the meat. But another thing that's really important in Norway is the cookies. Christmas cookies. And some families actually make 7 different types. 7. I think this is my second point. I'm so good at this. Yeah, they make 7 different types of cookies. In my family, we haven't really done that. We make some cookies, but not a lot. But my grandma makes a lot of them. So I had to Google it. But I figure out, I think it's just different from family to family what kind of cookies you make. And cakes and stuff like that. So, for example, one might be donuts. It's not the glazed one, it's just the basic original one. And it might also be something called sandkaker. And directly translated, that will be sand cakes. It's like a cookie with the gold. Yeah, I can't explain it. Google it. Yeah. And I'm gonna show you a small clip from me being at home now. That's all presented so really extremely well cut into that. So one of the traditions we have in my family is to make marzipan, and I'm usually the one making it, so I'm back in the weekend now. So and you have to separate this one. Let's see if I can do it with this one. Ooh! One more time. Let's see. There you go. Take that one there. That one there. And another tradition we have is that my mom makes homemade beer. And she is in her Santa Claus hat. Old bear. Smells like bear. Luktar det?
Smells like bear.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And the beer is finished. So I have to keep on making the marzipan. So I made homemade marzipan, and my mom made homemade beer. I'm not a big fan of beer, but it's something my mom makes it every single year, and she told me a little story about it because I told her about this video I was making, and she was like, "Oh yeah, maybe you should mention the fact that back in the days, like really back in the days, if you didn't make the homemade beer, you could get a punishment." She told me to Google it, so I did, because she wasn't 100% sure how that worked. She wasn't sure if it was only for the homemade beer or also for the 7 syvslag. That is called. It's called the syvslag, the 7 cookies. And so I Googled it, and I figured I couldn't find for the syvslag, but for the beer I could figure it out, because that was like really back in the days though. If you didn't make the beer, your first punishment would be you would have to pay 3 öre. How many cents is that? I know, back in the day it was a lot of money. For example, the example I had was like it's half a cow. Yeah. But the thing was, if you kept on not making it, they could banish you from the country. Yeah. If you didn't make the homemade beer, they could banish you from the country. Well done, Norway. We take our beer really seriously. Well, it's not like that anymore, but apparently that's how it used to be. I had never heard about this before my mom mentioned that. Yeah, so first punishment was to give 3 öre. Second one was country banishment, and you will lose your farm and everything. Yeah. So over to something a little bit more happier. So we have not only one Santa, we have a lot of small Santas as well. We have like the main Santa Claus, of course, the one with the bear and and comes with presents. But we also have smaller ones, like Santa won't actually be like the correct translation, I think, but that's the only translation I could figure out, basically. So for my family, it's a tradition that we will get present from them. We don't do it anymore. And he lived like in the forest beside us. Yeah. I think, no, maybe that wasn't the one. I think Ashbashnissen was the one living by my grandma. I don't know. And but for our main Santa, we used to put out porridge. That's usually common for like families and stuff like with younger children. And we put out porridge for Santa. Porridge. And we put it outside the door, the main entrance. And for Santa to eat when he comes with all the presents overnight. Yeah. We don't, instead of giving cookies and milk, we gave porridge. Yeah, and another tradition for us with porridge is we eat it the 23rd of December. We eat porridge. And in the porridge we put like 1 almond. And a person that gets the almond, so you have to eat to get it, wins a marzipan pig. Ta-da! We still do that in my family. We still, like the 23rd of December, we always eat porridge with the almond in it. And yeah, well, we don't really give the marzipan pig, because we started out with that, but I figured out we would rather have chocolate, so instead of marzipan pig we have chocolate. Yeah, it's just a tradition, and I'm not sure why, but I think like maybe, I have no idea, to be honest. But it's a fun tradition to do. And the last thing I thought I would share with you is we open all of our presents the 24th of December. I know some countries do it the day after, but we open all of our presents the 24th of December. And we usually put our presents under a tree the 23rd. I think it's basically just so we wouldn't like look at them and try and figure out what it is. Anyway, that was some of the traditions I'm used to, and I think it's a lot of fun. I love traditions. It's just so something you can look forward to. So why don't you put in the comments below some traditions you love? Might be just something you do with your family, or it might be something you do in the whole like country. So leave it down in the comment section below, and I will see you later. Bye! And I totally forgot to say I wish all of you a Merry Christmas, and for those who don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays or happy week, and I hope you enjoy the time.